Okay. Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm just sending out the link so people know I'm live streaming here. Give me a second. Alright. What the hell is this? Never seen that before. Oh, okay. Alright, so obviously, if you take a look at the daily chart, you can obviously see we're in a I almost want to say a prolonged consolidation, because it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days now we're in a consolidation. And overall, if you go the whole way back to April 3rd, this is pretty much all just a range bound type of scenario, but you can still find clean setups within this, just not big clean setups, just like smaller ones. So down to the hourly. And yeah, another thing is NASDAQ is just it's just completely different. It just keeps grinding up, and ES is just kind of stuck. And this is just the order block level, and that's all that is. And I'm gonna take a look at Dow. And yeah, Dow, same story here, pretty much completely different from what we're seeing on ES. So sell side was cleared on Dow, and we worked into this wick right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my other. Prepare yourself. It's a lot of lines on this chart. Okay, boom. These are pretty much just all the levels I was using from yesterday. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Gotta redo that now. That is an ugly color. Boom. So I am favoring the upside as of right now, which would be these highs up here. As you can see right here, this is Monday's low. So essentially we have just taken the previous 2 days lows So you see that there. Down into a discount. Discount what? Sell side. And it might want to reach for the buy side up here. I don't know yet. 100%. I don't need to be right to be profitable here, but that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. And what is this right here? This is simply just this from yesterday. That's all that is. So I'm going to drop down to the 5. So if you take a look at opening price, you can see PO2. Okay, we drop below that. This would be like the London kill zone, optimal trade entry. See that? 3:30 a.m. See the reaction from there. Optimal trade entry would be the 79% retracement level here. Okay, so we have 4 minutes to market open. Yeah, I'm back. Yep. Pretty much. I was traveling. I was down in the Bahamas for a week, and I also went up to New York. But I'm back now. Not only the trips, I was also I don't know. I just don't have much interest in live streaming whenever it's bad conditions, because I feel like that kind of like encourages people to trade in these not so great environments. So I'd just rather not live stream whenever it's not high probability. But here I am. So yeah, I'm looking at these highs right here. And this right here, let me get rid of this. This right here would be the mitigation block. This is the mitigation block right here. So basically all this is in short is, so someone, let's say, so the lows right here in the swing high makes a higher low, trades above that, and you see it trades back down into that. And it's like kind of yielding to people to like, so they can mitigate their loss. That's why it's a mitigation block. So it trades back down into it, and it's allowing traders to exit there to minimize their losses. They're mitigating their trade position. So that's what's going on right there. So you can see on the 15 the respect it gives to that. See, trades into it once, twice, 3 times. And now we're taking off. Now at the 9:30 opening, there is a possibility that it just shoots up and doesn't give me a trade entry. But we'll have to wait and see. So nothing. So yeah, it's already shooting up a minute prior, so we'll have to see. I could potentially get like a 10:30 reversal setup. I like to trade those a lot. Let's go Nasdaq. That's a SMT right there. It takes out this low where on ES it failed. So we have SMT. The only problem is the averages are all kind of on the higher time frame basis, is they're all kind of doing something different. So yeah, Dow failed to make the lower low, so that would be our cracking correlation. Alright, we're at the opening. See what it gives us here. if it gives us anything at all. Maybe a drop back down into here and then propel higher. Well, maybe that's something that can play out here. But yeah, I'm definitely not expecting a great deal of stuff to be taking place right now because we have red folder news tomorrow and Friday, I believe. It's at a weird time. It's like at 11 or something like that. And today we don't have any news, so that's essentially why I'm waiting till the 9:30 opening. So along with these highs, we can reach up into this old Friday closure, Sunday opening. You see if we can get a pump up into that. See if Nasdaq's doing anything different. Okay, so just trades back down into there. That's all. Dow. Alright, so that's something I'd want to see. It takes out the swing low, 2 swing lows, for anyone that's been buying, chasing the movement up. So that's something I'd want to see, and study to see if it wants to propel higher off of that. So yeah, also trades into the inefficiency. Who would have thought Dow would have the best looking open? Okay, so like I said, it could just pump higher right at the opening. That's what it's doing on NASDAQ. I don't see this as a high probability entry. Maybe someone else does, but that's not personally my model, so I'm not going to be buying that. Yeah, we all have different models, so that could be someone's model, but it's not my model. I don't claim that. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I want to see if it drops. I want to see it drop down into here, give us some kind of discount. So if you take the daily range, which would be the London session low right here, I believe this is the low of the day, this low right here. Of course, I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm speculating right now. So if you take the daily range, you see equilibrium will be residing right there. So yeah, I want to see it drop down into here. These 2 down close candles, I want to see it drop into that as well. If that doesn't happen, I don't have a trade set up, and there's nothing I can do about that. Okay. So yeah, I mean, just take a look at this entire range here. I mean, this is a good example of why you shouldn't solely rely on trading. You definitely could be making money in this consolidation here. I know I have, but I'm just saying, for the open risk, for the sake of open risk, you should definitely not solely rely on trading for a means of a full-time income. You definitely could, but I'm just saying for the average person, that's all. Me personally, though, I don't sell anything, so I'm in clear water. No one can come at me. Man, this is so much different from my sped up clips. How slow it is. Alright, let's take a look at NASDAQ. So yeah, see, that's why I said I wouldn't be buying that. Buying at a deep premium, it's not something you want to do. So yeah, maybe we can get an SMT divergence here. We'll have to wait and see. You can see opening prices right there. And I'd be obviously targeting this high right here. So essentially, if you want to be looking to buy this morning, I'm not saying buy at all, but if you want to be looking to buy, it'd be better to buy the Nasdaq here, because let's go back to the daily. You can see we have been trading higher. So I want to see if we can get some type of, yeah, it's Wednesday. Maybe we'll make a high here Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday will be like a reversal to the downside on the daily time frame. Or if it fails to get above this high, we can have some type of SMT form potentially. So I like to see that right there. You see this Asian high and a London high. Those were taken out, aggressively wicking off of that. So maybe we could take out this low here and trade into here, and then maybe go higher. But yeah, overall, I'm not seeing anything that's too favorable. So I definitely wouldn't be telling you to buy or sell yet. So if that happens at all, because man, the London session was pretty clean though here. In all honesty, you can see. And if you look at this wick here, you can see we worked into that. We almost got to the midpoint of it. So I kind of treated it like a rejection block. Dipped down into it below here, into the wick, and then trades off of it. Beautiful. So yeah, like I said earlier, this would be the London session kill zone optimal trade entry. 79% retracement, makes the low, and trades higher. And then the mitigation block I showed you earlier. So right now we're finding support at this right here, inefficiency. And this red box here, I'm going to go back. This is just the inefficiency that started the week, so I'm dragging that out. And if it wants to go higher, it will respect this and not trade to the bottom of it. Last line of defense for longs would be this daily fair value gap high. You wouldn't want to see it like dig too deep into it, or else we may be looking at a potential reversal below these lows. But right now, market structure is looking like it wants to go higher. But once again, if you just take a look at this entire range here, very ugly. In these markets, I never go for more than 10 handles. If you look at my video that I just posted, yesterday, you can see, I think it was about 8 handles, something like that. So yeah, we're also digging into this order block right here. But that doesn't mean anything to me. I want to see it trade down into a discount first. So alright, we can take that off now. Broke through. So yeah, once again, I want to see it drop down into here, drop down into these consecutive down close candles, and see if that can be used as a catalyst to then go above yesterday's high and Monday's high, along with, yeah, Monday's high. Namiso, what's up, bro? Alright, so it looks like we're reaching in on the drop down into the levels I wanted to see it drop down into. And NASDAQ kind of just aggressively wicking off here. Nothing in here tells me that there's a trade here, so if you pushed a trade already, I don't know what you're doing, but hey, if you made money though, I can't knock it, so. Alright, so I'm not going to be paying as much attention to NASDAQ because I'm seeing what I wanted to see in ES. So preferably I want to drop down right here. And you said DXY thoughts. My thoughts on DXY is whenever it's consolidating, it's not, I don't really use it as much as I normally do because it's not going to be as helpful to me, because whenever DXY is in a consolidation, the stock indices, they can go either way, so it's not really going to help me, but I can take a look at it. So obviously it's been going higher out of this consolidation now, and I want to see long-term ES go lower, but you can see we're just consolidating through today's daily range. It was strong in the morning, has traded up, but it's ES, NASDAQ, and Dow all rallied with it, so whenever they're moving together, that it's no help to me. So alright, boom, so we traded into that, and for this, the last line of defense to me would be right here, midpoint. So it already wicked off it a little bit. So in more high probability environments and the proper market structure and proper everything, I would probably just be buying that, but I'm definitely not doing that in these conditions. So sorry about it. So I want to see it find support at that midpoint and the high of this daily fair value gap. So I'm just monitoring that. Let's take a look at NAS. So yeah, nothing helpful in the NASDAQ right now. Preferably I'd want to see it take out this low and trade down into here. So take out this swing low in the form of sell stops. But if not, the only thing that would be permissible for it not taking this out is if we have like SMT form. Smart money tech or smart money tool, is that what it? Yeah, I think that's what it is. So we gotta wait and see what we get. So you see on the 2 minutes trading up into there. Someone might be selling that right now, but I could tell you I'm not. So shit, maybe it might play out though, but that, in my opinion, that's not a high probability entry, especially in these conditions. So in a perfect world, in good market conditions, this would be a guaranteed, well, nothing's really guaranteed, but you know what I mean, guaranteed like low of the day, high probability low, London low of the day, and then we get like a classic buy day, and then at the 9:30 opening it would trade lower just to go higher. So that's what I'm looking at. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I said at the beginning of the stream, you could see that the previous 2 days lows were taken out. And we've shown bullishness since that. So you can see that. That was taken out. Alright, so you see it? I can take it off. So yeah, I broke my rule today, which is live streaming in not so great conditions. Alright, so swing low was taken out here. Sell stops for anyone that was chasing the higher movement. That's what I wanted to see. So boom, see that? And I want to see, let me bring out my other tool. Yep. Okay. There we are. So this would be our discount. So we got a discount market. By the way, I don't trade the NASDAQ. I'm just using it as a means of comparing it to ES. And once again, in these markets, if you take a trade at all, you should not be going for more than for more than 10 handles. So yeah, once again, if it breaks this lower here, I may have to reconsider my outlook, but as of right now, I'm not seeing anything that's warranting a trade. So, and what, like I said earlier, I don't see that as a good entry because of the range bound environment we're in. You can see right here. It's been rough. So I'm going to pull that mitigation block back up. I want to see how we react. So boom, that would be the discount mitigation block. So you can see how many discount arrays did we disrespect. 1, 2, and 3. So this will be 830 low, okay? Let's take a look at Dow. Same thing. TP hit. Okay. Obviously, there was nothing high probability about this 930 opening range, but if you come in at hindsight and, you know, look at it, but like, oh, well, you know, let's go to the 2 minute. Or, yeah, 2 minute. No, this was, look at this though. This was a perfect sell. So we took previous 2 days lows. Buy side has not been engaged in about a week. We traded down here, had SMT, created a London low, optimal trade entry, and we've been grinding higher, respected the mitigation block, and then we had buy side up here. So for someone that's newer or doesn't know too much of what they're doing, they'll come in here and be like, oh, well, this is the classic 2022. It took out these highs, and then you get a market structure shift and this fair value gap right here. I used to get tripped up in trades like this all the time, and I would lose because I would just take trades simply because of seeing this. And I learned quickly that's not what you should be doing. So we are now reaching deep discount. So I'm gonna take this off, but I'm still gonna look at it. So boom, we are now trading into a London FVG, as well as so we're kind of in that sweet spot right now, the 62%, right in between 69% and 79%. So we also just filled in the regular trading hour gap. You can see that. NASDAQ really ripping lower here. Just took out all the sell stops from those who were trying to get long. Fails to take out this high. Let's take a look at Dow. So this will be Tuesday during lunch. So Dow took out this high right here. Nasdaq failed to take that out, so that would be SMT, bearish SMT. That is. So for the downside, let's go to ES. Lots of lines, I know. So ES would be these lows right here, and then this volume imbalance. Okay, so Dow pretty much looking similar to ES. Nasdaq took out the internal sell stops right there. Okay. Okay, here we are. Okay. Cool. Just had to confirm something. Okay. So. Anyways, we are now entering. Let me just put it out there. We are now inside the first trading macro after the 9:30 opening. So you can now take these off. Those are disrespected. So now you can expect price to propel below these lows and potentially previous week's low. So yeah, Nasdaq really just the leader here. Take a look at Dow. Dow not really following suit. So I absolutely would not be going short right here. That would be considering chasing price. Obviously, in hindsight, it would look like a good trade, but in reality, more times than not, it'll snap back up higher and just stop you out. So I might have to wait until around 10:30 to get that retracement I'm looking for, but it's a waiting game. All right. Notice I'm not like I don't know, like all hyped up and like I can't wait to take a trade. I think there was a guy in the comments saying TP hit. I mean, good for him, but there was nothing high probability here. This is a high, yes, this right here is a high probability setup in hindsight. But right at the opening, if you're shorting that, more times than not, you're gonna get stopped out, and that's not because like it looks good, but yeah, but then let's go to the hourly, and then you see all of this. And you're trying to tell me you're taking a trade right after the 9:30 opening in conditions like this, and we have yet to tap buy side after we've taken out previous 2 days lows. We traded below the midnight opening, created a London low with SMT, and then we were grinding higher, and then I said we'd look for a discount array to be traded into as a catalyst to maybe find support and then go higher. Clearly we weren't respecting any of those, so now I can say with a higher not guaranteed degree, but a higher degree of confidence that we may be eventually go below here and into this old Sunday or Friday close, Sunday opening, and then maybe in the PM session we'll get a continuation down here. So that's what I'm looking at now. I'm not trying to be the guy that's right or wrong and, you know, post a link to my live stream on Twitter and be like, look how many times I got it right. I'm not here to be right or wrong in these conditions. I'm here to be right or wrong in other conditions, but right now I'm not trying to pick tops, pick bottoms, and say I 100% know what's going to happen. So all it is waiting for your model, and that's it. So let me go back. This breaker kind of catches my eye right here. This would be a premium breaker. And what else did I say? We are within the macro. So this box right here, just take this here, 950, and then the whole way out to 1010. So the macros, they don't propel moves and make the moves go lower or higher. They start the moves and accumulate most of the time, and then after the macro it'll send it lower or higher. And most people don't know this because they think that every single macro happens every single day, which is not true. Normally only one of them really happen per day. In consolidations, maybe all of them may happen, but Yeah, they don't all happen every single day. So if you go to the 15-minute, you can see. You can consider technically this wick would be a part of the breaker, but I'm gonna use this candle right here because the wick, it's trading lower, offering sell side, and then it changes its state, trades higher, takes out this swing high, trades lower below the swing low, and then offers this wick buy side. But the more high probability outlook would be into this down close candle right here. So I can't sell unless we get to a premium, which would be above this equilibrium right here. So if I miss the move, if it trades like up here and then trades lower, I'm just gonna have to be okay with missing the move. So, because then once you get to here, it's just a probability game. Okay, I don't want to miss the move, so I'm just gonna enter right here. So now you're at 50-50. You could either get lucky and you sell right here and then it trades lower instantly, or the other 50% is maybe it might snap up in here and take your stop loss and then go lower. So that's why you don't enter in a discount. You always wait for a premium market. So that's what I'm looking at there. So it's definitely not a coincidence that this up move here happened right now, because as you can see, I outlined the macro. When did it happen? Right at that macro. So that's definitely good to see. Hydro, what's going on? So we did reach premium market. Like I said, it goes into this wick right here, about higher than the midpoint. So maybe that's your model. Maybe you sold right there, and that would be a decent trade. So yeah, I just think that's beautiful right there, right at the macro. Just sends it higher up into here. I'm gonna bring this down here. There we go. Look at that, right at the macro, just turns on the dime. And anyone who sold short right here, I was saying this real time, that is an absolutely foolish sell. You're selling at a discount, so you're chasing price, and more times than not you're gonna get stopped out. You can see what happens right there. So retail would see that, like, it would come back, bump this high, and then they'd maybe sell on this right here once it comes back up to it, and you can see it just trades right through it. So Hydra, unban me, you squeaky eyes. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted it to dip right up into there. See, it didn't reach my breaker there, so I couldn't sell. Well, I shouldn't say my breaker because it's not mine. It's ICT's, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to take a look at the other averages. So NASDAQ traded lower. Most likely going to take out this London low here. Dow. I don't really like to see this from Dow because it's finding support at a discount array. So you see it fills in this inefficiency and trades into the breaker right here. Man, who would have thought Dow would be looking good like this? So we have a breaker right here. So I'm just gonna use these consecutive candles. See how it aggressively wicks off that breaker right there and this inefficiency. Can you how old are you? I'm 20. 2020. And what do you know? We have another breaker on NASDAQ. Now, it could turn on the dime right here, but if you sell here, you would have to allow your stop to allow for it to trade up into here. Come on, ES, just bump right up into that inefficiency and the breaker. Give it to me. And like I said, I always am gonna use the down close candle, but technically, this wick would be like a part of the breaker technically, because the wick is. Think about it. The candle opens here. It trades lower, offering sell side, and then changes its state, trades up, and then displaces lower, takes out the swing low, and then it would return back up to it. And obviously, you'd want to see it go lower from there. So once it trades back up to it, offers it buy side. So technically, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the actual body of the down close candle. So yeah, all I need is a premium. That's all I need. My premium array trades up into there. I could sell short 2 contracts. And then once it gets up to here, that would be essentially 4136. I would take a partial right here, 4125, and full TP would be below the London low. So that's kind of the rundown on that. And once again, I just can't help but admire this right here. You can see from 950 to 1010. It's not a coincidence that it just turned on the dime right here, accumulated, and then took out anyone that chased price lower right here within the macro, and then trades back up into this inefficiency and didn't quite get to this one right here. So for anyone that's been in these markets, I applaud you, because these are definitely rough conditions. If anyone's telling you it's not, I mean, shit, maybe they're some expert on low probability consolidations, but I'm not, I'll tell you that. I make the most money in trending environments like this, and I would go back, but that's just gonna take up too much time. What do we have here, guys? Oh, nope, didn't mean to do that. There we are. Honestly, I'm not gonna long it, but if I was looking at this and paying attention, I probably would have longed right there, one contract, and then just took my profit at this breaker right here. But I mean, that's like 4131. Yeah, it's like 4 handles. So that would be like a very, very, very small scalp. But with experience, you can do stuff like that. Like, if you're waiting for a premium array to be traded into and it's at a discount, you can buy into that premium array, and then you can reverse and sell at the premium array and whatnot. But you don't need nowhere even close do you even need that to be profitable. So normally I'm only taking 1 to 2 high probability entries per day, and I don't need any more than that. It works out for me. So the macro is over. It delivered this SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, offers it buy side. So once it leaves it, it has buy side and sell side. So once it leaves it, you want to see it respect it and not trade through it. Can you please tell me what's the difference in order block and breaker block, please? And please give me an example. So, this, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be the best guy at explaining this, but this right here is a breaker because it's trading up, offering buy side, and then it changes its state. So this will be a classic order block right here. So if it traded lower, trades back into this the opening right here, that would just be an order block. But it's a breaker because it trades below this swing low right here. So a low, high, lower low, and then it trades above it. So it'd be a failed order block. So then once it comes back down, you want to see it touch that as a breaker block, and then respect it and trade higher. So this right here, I'm going to take the opening price right here. This is an order block. This is an order block because it's trading. Well, this is actually a propulsion block. So we have an order block right here, trades lower, offering sell side, changes its state and delivery, comes back down, touches it, and then trades higher. So that's an order block. And now this is now a propulsion block because it's trading into another order block. So it's an order block on top of an order block. Your brain's probably spinning right now, but this is an order block right here on top of this one right here. So it trades down, offering sell side into this order block, changes its state and delivery, and then once it comes back, the opening would be a sensitive price point. So that's the rundown on that. So I was just using those as examples. This is not a trade idea right here. So NASDAQ kind of just grinding up. And I don't trade the NASDAQ, so I'm not taking any trades on the NASDAQ. I only use the NASDAQ to support my trade ideas on ES. So I don't normally use breaker this much, but I'm just seeing a lot of breaker blocks here. So this is the last line of defense. If it doesn't respect this right here, then the trade idea is gone. I'm not going to be looking for lower prices, even though we have these equal lows here. This might be a later target. No problem, I got you. Do you have macros for crypto? I don't really know anything about crypto, honestly. I will tell you though, I shamefully fell victim to being one of the bots that just blindly bought crypto back in 2020. I mean, come on, we all did it. It's alright, but anyway. I definitely fell into that trap there, and I bought crypto when it was at a very high premium, and it wasn't that much. I I think I lost about 5,000 from crypto. It's not that, I mean, it's not that crazy of an amount, but why do you not trade NQ? It's just all about my. I just feel like it's probably just in my head, honestly. But I feel like I have a better edge in ES, and I don't know. I just like ES better. That's all. In my opinion, ES more times than not is cleaner than NASDAQ. NASDAQ is cleaner than ES on some days, but from my experience, I feel like ES. I don't know. I just like ES better. That's all. It's all a preference. Like, doesn't really matter which one you trade, honestly. So, this breaker. Let me go back. This breaker that I outlined here. I'm not gonna stop referring to it. So if it gets back below this breaker here, I want to see it like trade back up in here and respect it like that. I'm not, just because it was disrespected doesn't mean I'm not going to use it anymore in the future. So if it gets back down there, I want to see it treat it as resistance. And this right here would be the 3 PD arrays broken if it breaks this. So it broke this inefficiency, this breaker, and then this is the last line of defense. If it doesn't find support here, or resistance, then we may not have a valid trade idea. But so far in the 1 minute, you can see the bodies, how the bodies respected it. It wicks just above it a little bit. So yeah, these equal lows definitely will not stay intact for that long. So we also have SMT at these highs right here. SMT. And let's go to Dow. So Dow took out this previous this is the lunch high from yesterday, so it takes that out on Dow but not on NASDAQ. So and then beautiful reaction off that breaker right there. Let me go back to ES. Actually, yeah, beautiful reaction on Dow. That would be a very good sell. And this essentially, that I don't know how to measure the Dow with handles and stuff like that, but this looks like about 7 handles to me. So that would be a beautiful scalp right there. You can honestly just take your full profit right below there, and that would be more than enough in this these conditions here. So ES is very slow right now. You can see how we respected this breaker here once, twice, 3 times. So once we get up to this premium array, I want to see it get below this breaker here and treat it as resistance. I hate using the word resistance and support, but those are the words I got to use, okay? So yeah, I definitely see more or less people on social media flexing their profits and whatnot, which is not a surprise because let's go to the hourly. It's been about since May 5th, so essentially this entire month, just this entire chop. And then on the daily time frame, we've been in a consolidation since April 3rd, so almost a month and a half now. So I do like that we got a swing high at this premium inefficiency right here, swing high, and then it trades below the third candle in the swing high. I like that, but that doesn't mean anything to me yet until we get meaningful displacement, which potentially may happen this week. You never know, but anyway. So boom, if it bumps up into there, I can go short. And if just off the top of the head, if I go in with 2 contracts here and I take a loss with my usual 5 handle stop loss, so yeah, I can go short right here. Whoops, I forgot to set my TP and my stop loss. So right above this candle's high right here. So if I take a loss here, this would cut my profits in half and I would be up $400 on the week. So I may have gone short a tad late or a tad early, but that's okay. You're never gonna get the perfect entry. So yeah, risk management, if I get stopped out here, that'll cut my win that I took yesterday and another small scalp in half. So that would put me at essentially plus $450 or so, which is not much, but I think that's pretty good for the conditions we're in. So notice my take profit is realistic and reasonable, just below this low. I'm not trying to get Hail Marys here. So the last line of defense for me would be this, the high, right? It's kind of hard to see with the breaker there, but the high of this daily fair value gap, I want to see it find resistance there. And notice where my stop loss is. It's right above this order block right here. So it trades higher, offering buy side, changes its state of delivery, and leaves this imbalance, this imbalance. So this would be a high probability order block, and the opening will be a sensitive price point. But what's the point of it even trading into an order block in the first place? Once it trades into that sensitive price point that they're referring back to, they now collect orders there, and then they now want to go after sell stops, and then distribute. So inefficiency right here, 15-minute. I'm going to highlight that. Actually, I'm not going to highlight that because it's just going to be too much. Where is that now? Yeah, there it is. 9:30 opening. Isn't going to be much help here because it's the whole way up here. So this here, almost the optimal trade entry, almost at that 62%. But all that really matters here is that we reached a premium. And I told you I'm not going to sell until we reach a premium, but as you can see here, I sold a tad early, just below equilibrium, which, I mean, that's fine. As long as you're if you're selling, as long as it's in a premium or near equilibrium, that's fine. But then I mean, if you're selling right here, I mean, that's just stupidity. You can see how quick that was taken out. So I don't like NASDAQ. Looks like it got essentially to 79% retracement. Oh, nope. Got to the sweet spot though. So if you take 62% retracement and 79, you can see it gets to the midpoint. This is what we call the sweet spot, which is just for like, it's a sweet spot, okay, for retracements. That's one of the best retracements you can get. So once again, 62% and 79%. The midpoint of that would be sweet spot. ICT more so taught that in the older days when he didn't have too much of a following. But nonetheless, I think it works. So. How much time have you been studying? It's been about, I think it's been about 3.5 years now, yeah. So the stop loss definitely may be taken here, which, I mean, like I said, with my risk parameters, that would bring me at about plus 400 on the week. I'm trading a $50,000 account, if you were wondering. GK, conditions have been trashed for a while, in my opinion. What's your opinion? I think I just said that. Not gonna lie, but I mean, yeah, it's definitely not a time to be putting on a lot of risk. A lot of people will probably have blown their accounts, and I mean, a lot of people when they get into trading, they don't realize that this type of stuff happens. Like there's always going to be periods of time where it's just stuck. So it's like it's kind of being held. There's no big pockets, deep funds, on an institutional standpoint that want to be putting on risk right now. So there's not going to be big moves as a result of that. So you can see we're just range bound. Daily time frame. This entire range. Look at that. You think anyone with a reasonable amount of money is going to be wanting to put in a lot of money into this? Hell no. No. Not a chance. So I know I said this breaker is the last line of defense, but on a higher time frame, if it trades lower now, that would look like a wick, so that would be still technically be a respect. But this order block right here, I'm gonna highlight that, and the midpoint. And the main reason why I'm considering this is because this would be considered the high probability order block. So right here, trades up, offers buy side, matches this low over here, not wanting to leave any gaps because it wouldn't want to come back up here. So offers buy side, changes its state of delivery completely, trades below the opening, leaves and bounces, and then if it trades back up into it, the opening and the midpoint will be the sensitive points there. Do you trade using new week opening gap and new day opening gap? I do. That's what this is right here. This is current, and I have the old ones annotated here. You can see we traded off of that one and into this one. And then we have that one down there. So referring back to the regular trading hour gap, you can see that was completely closed in, and then it trades off of it. So yeah, obviously in hindsight, I sold too early. But, I mean, you're never going to have a perfect entry once again, so. It's the 4132. 4132. Yes, sir. That would be current. Biden speaking in 10 minutes. Good old Biden, right? I'm not seeing anything about that, but maybe Forex Factory is misleading me here, but it is Wednesday, yeah? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah. No, to my knowledge, there's no news drivers at all, so that's why I was waiting until the whenever there's no news, you just wait to the 9:30 opening. Preferably wait until the first macro, which is 9:50 to 10:10. Beautiful. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that the time I look for most reversals is around 10:30. So, and when did I sell? Right around 10:30. That doesn't that doesn't mean it happens. I'm not saying it happens exactly at 10:30. I'm just saying around that time window. That's normally when intraday reversals happen. So I'm gonna go to NAS. So once again, we hit that sweet spot, which is just the optimal trade entry fib level. That's all that is. I don't like how we got above the breaker and started using it as support. I don't like that at all. But there has been times, there is a lot of times where a lot of the newer ICT guys don't know about the 79% retracement. They'll see this as like a failed outlook, but 79% retracements do happen. So always be aware of that 79% retracement level with higher time frame narrative and, you know, the whole rundown. Okay. So I like what Dow's doing. Almost like what it's doing. I don't like how it reacted off the breaker here and then came the whole way back up, but you really can't expect too much in markets like this. So, and if you do, it's gonna handle your ass. So I don't recommend. Along with this order block here, though, we also have this wick. See, look at this wick here. You can't really see it that well. This wick, you see the midpoint. See how it's the bodies are respecting it. I don't care about the wicks. I'm only really care about the bodies, but that's a good signature to see so far. We are sitting at the event horizon right now, aren't we? Yes, sir. Midpoint. So we traded below the midpoint from this one to this one, but once again, we're still in a daily time frame consolidation, so that might not work out. So just found you, instant subscribe. Love the way you explain, Mike. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think Hydra came in here and I instantly gained like 50 viewers. So shout out Hydra. Seems like a lot of people really like his content, which it's not a surprise because he consistently posts some pretty good stuff. So yeah, shout out Hydra for sure. And anytime you go to watch a live streamer, just anyone, just if they're like all like excited and hyped up and like looking at the charts and like I saw a video of a guy, his take profit was like up here and he was like just like acting wild and started blowing on his screen and blowing like price would blow with it to the take profit. It was corny, but I don't know. If you ever see a guy that's just like super excited and pumped up and chances are he isn't a great trader, if I'm being honest, just because like this stuff is boring. It's not something that you're like, you just can't be emotional like that. If you're emotional like that, you're not going to last here long at all. You might have a nice little run, but you'll eventually lose it all with emotions like that. So, and that includes wins too. If it hits your take profit, I don't care if you get 100 points. You don't get all like fuck yeah, baby, let's go, like, whatnot. It's just another transaction. One singular trade means nothing. Prolonged, consistent trades over a period of time with proper risk management and psychology, that means something to me. Not just like a singular trade that you'll see like me or someone else post on YouTube and, you know, look how many handles I got here, whatnot. So obviously on a better day, I would have, or not on a better day, obviously if I can go back, I would have waited until we got up to here. This is kind of just a nitpick. I mean, it's only one handle difference, so I don't even know why I'm complaining. Just my OCD, I guess. So what do we have here? We have breaker to breaker. That could be your whole model right there. You could have just bought at this breaker, took your profit at the midpoint of this breaker, and there, you're done. You close your laptop, you don't care what me or anyone else has to say, and you're good. Where's it at? Ah. Okay. I need more organization inside this book here. That's all. There it is. Still has a breaker above 440. No, I'm not seeing a breaker. Maybe if you're talking about this candle right here, high, low, high. This one's kind of already been worked, so I'm not gonna really look at that as a trade idea. But yeah, yeah, that doesn't really mean anything to me because it's already traded up into it here, traded lower, so there's no real reason for it to trade back up to it. And once again, stop loss is above this order block right here. This would be considered our high probability order block. So if it trades above the closing price here, I don't even want to be in the trade anyway. So that's why my stop is there. So, in trading, there will be periods of time where there's no good setups and no clean price action. Well, I shouldn't say no, because there's always going to be short-term scalps here and there. But this is what happens when the market is being held and highly manipulated, which does not allow it to move freely as it normally does. And as a result, big hedge funds, big pockets, the big boys with a lot of money, they're not going to want to put on any open risk or want to put on any positions, at least in the long term. So that's just the explanation as to why the market looks like dog shit. So right here. So this is a daily fair value gap. We created a long-term high off of that. Traded up. SMT with NASDAQ. Intermediate term high now. Engineers these lows here. And then we trade into this inefficiency. This is a rebalancing intermediate term high. And then another intermediate term high here. And then we take the internal buy side right here at this swing high, which is yesterday's lunch. So I mean, just notice how slow these markets are. I literally took this position. Obviously, in hindsight, I would have wanted to get a higher entry about right here. But it's really not that big of a deal. But I lost my train of thought. Damn it. I'll get back to that. How did I just forget what I was gonna say like that quick? I don't know. Anyways, we're finding some resistance at this old inefficiency here from yesterday. Or Monday, sorry. Oh. So you see how ES is displacing lower a little bit, but then NASDAQ just is grinding, and went past the sweet spot here. And we are now above 79% retracement. So NASDAQ definitely a very red flag right now. Dow telling a different story. It looks like it wants to go lower on Dow, but that's kind of been the story of the week. I mean, NASDAQ and ES were definitely not in sync. So if we get down to break even right here, I'm considering taking off one contract, lowering risk, and then keeping one runner for my ultimate target at the 10 o'clock low. So basically hourly highs and lows are targeted liquidity pools. So we're approaching the 11 o'clock hour. 10 o'clock hour would be the previous hour's low. So kind of look at it like previous day's low, previous day's high, with narrative and confluences, of course, but you get the point. So look here. So we got above the breaker. You wouldn't want to see it give it support now that they got above it, or show support to this inefficiency here. So yeah, very slow price action. Just look how it's back and forth, slowly grinding higher. Oh, my bad, top. Hi, man. Maybe you can start tapering EU 30 minutes before I catch inversion silver bullet and I get 15 pips. EU is actually what I started out trading on. It was just EU and the British pound. That's what I started with. I used to love EU, but I don't know. I just got it once I got into indices. I just never wanted to go back. I just think it's cleaner. That's all. For me, it's cleaner. I do know a lot of guys making a considerable amount of money in Forex though, so definitely not bad to be trading the euro. Oh, looks like my MacBook's about to die. Okay. So, no matter the outcome here today, if I get stopped out or if it hits my take profit, I'm still gonna, nothing's gonna change. I'm still gonna go hit the gym right after. I'm gonna go on about my day because my rules, my risk parameters, risk management, psychology, all that allows for me to take small losses like this. So, everyone loses. It's just about managing the losses. That's all this game's about. Always make your losses smaller than your wins. And then you're good. That's all you need. Make your losses smaller than your wins. So yeah, it's really triggering my quote-unquote OCD here that I didn't buy higher. But looking back in hindsight, it's not going to be, looks like a great entry. So I don't want to see it support this inefficiency right here. Let me, can't believe I wasn't referencing the midnight opening. Foolish. Oh. So, see how we returned back below the opening and then traded higher above that? So we're now above the midnight opening. Just look how slow the I took the short at 10:25. It is now 10:55. 10:54, same thing. So about 30 minutes I've been sitting here, which is realistic, especially in environments like this. So once again, if we get below or at break even here, I'm not, yeah, it's we're approaching the 11 o'clock hour. So if we get down to break even here, I'm gonna take off one contract. I don't care if it goes eventually displaces to my TP, but yeah, I'm gonna take off one contract, lower the risk, leave a runner on, And yeah, that's pretty much it. Very important point. It really is about it. Yes, sir. I think you're talking about when I was talking about making your losses smaller than your wins. That's really all it's about, honestly. That's the game. So once again, I've been sitting here for 30 minutes, and all we've gotten is a little pump up here, consolidation, kind of just moving around slowly. And I did call this out earlier, real time. I said, if it's your model, you could just buy this breaker right here and take your profit at the midpoint of this breaker, and that would be a nice little short-term scalp intraday. So yeah, NASDAQ just not looking good at all. See how it just trades down to this low and just leaves them intact? It does take out internal sell side, yes. But it's never high probability whenever they just leave lows intact like that. See, we're working this wick right here. This would be a premium wick. Let's make it yellow. So yeah, we're approaching the stop loss right here. So essentially, I'm paying this price level to do its job, which is take me out of the marketplace. And yeah, so I'm paying it $475 to take me out of the marketplace if it trades up to 4139.50. So that's what's going on there. So I do like how we just wicked off a little bit after taking out these relatively equal highs here. Let me extend this. Even if it does trade above stop loss and disrespects this order block, it's still a nice signature to see. See how it wicks off of the order block midpoint 3 times? But yeah, stuff like this doesn't, if it hits stop loss, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I've taken hundreds of losses. I've also taken hundreds of wins, but my wins are always more than double my losses. So yesterday was at 850, and this is a 475 loss. So, yep, just got stopped out there. So now that we've disrespected what I was trying to sell, you can see we got above it and then treated it as support, and now we're propelling higher. So now you can expect this 930 high to be taken out, which is being approached. Yeah, on the NASDAQ. See, it took it out there. So this could be like a six sister type of thing. ES just has to catch up and reach that 930 high. Dow, kind of same thing as ES. So Dow is looking cleaner, surprisingly. So essentially what happens here at Dow, we trade to a discount. Almost at opening price. Trade to a discount a raise, and now we're reacting, and it may want to come up and take out the 930 high as well. Obviously it's easy to outline that in hindsight now that it's already happened, but that's just the rundown on that. So this is London bearish power of 3, trades below the opening to do what? Take out sell stops, order block, and then trades higher above the previous lunch session highs. So NASDAQ really ripping higher now. So if you take a look at NASDAQ, it's way cleaner than ES, of course. And then we have these 3 equal lows here, so that's why it was kind of hard for me to trust it as a continuation. Plus we had the SMT there, so I could trust this high being a failure swing. And then also on NASDAQ, you can see we got above the premium rate, and look how it treats it as support. It comes down, wicks off, comes up, and yeah, you can see how many times it respects it. Gets above, hits the high, trades off of it. So even though we took a loss, you can still see the signatures playing a price, but it doesn't really mean anything because I can't execute off of it. So we want to see ES act as a 6 sister type of thing and kind of catch up and come for this 930 high. So I'm going to take this off. I want to look at this here. See how it just wicks down into the inefficiency? There we are. So you see how it treats that. Not only is it supporting the breaker, but it's supporting the 15-minute inefficiency. And then propels higher above these relatively equal highs, and potentially the 930 high to catch up with the NASDAQ. The problem, I don't ever really like trading in the 11 o'clock hour though, so I'm just outlining this volume imbalance. Almost outlined it. There, nope. Gotta get it perfect. There we go. See if it wants to dip down to the volume imbalance. It doesn't have to, but this inefficiency right here, you can see that, right? Are you rich? I'm not rich, but that's a funny question. I'm not rich, but I'll tell you I'm very well off for my age. So yeah, I have a good deal of money, but I'm not rich. I wouldn't say I'm rich, but either way, it doesn't really matter. I know a lot of people like to place value based on how much money someone has, but me personally, I don't do that, so. But yeah, I wish we had better conditions here. It'd be a much more fun live stream. Oh, what the hell just happened there? So obviously, in hindsight, this looks like a good buy rather than a sale up here, because I had this outline earlier, but I'll outline it again. Look at that beautiful reaction off of the midpoint of this order block right here. I mean, that's just perfect. So discount order block below the midnight opening price. Trading down into this order block right here, this 5-minute order block, as well as the inefficiency. So this would be okay, NASDAQ, I would want to see it support this. Dow. Nothing really in Dow. Let's see the 5-minute. Yeah, same thing. Order block right here. See if it wants to support that. Go for the 930 high. So the opening right here, order block. So using half the leverage as the previous trade, so that would be one contract. So I tried to buy the opening of the order block, but obviously I got slipped higher. So this is like a six sister approach. I'm just gonna aim for the 930 high, nothing crazy, and then I'm gonna end the stream after either the take profit is hit or the stop loss is hit. So I'm using half the leverage I used with the previous trade. So downside wise, I wouldn't want to see it go past this, so I can automatically adjust that up there. You might think that's too tight, but if it trades below that, I don't even want to be in the marketplace anyway. So why don't you trade with a funded account? I've never taken one of their challenges, and I've just never done it. That might be something happening in the near future, but it's just, I don't know, they just seem shady to me, and I don't know if I trust them, but that's definitely a possibility. But for now, I'm just trading with my own capital. So, but a funded account definitely would be something I consider for sure. And not only am I buying this inefficiency and this order block right here, but I'm also buying the high of this daily fair value gap right here, which is this tan shaded area. So yeah. So then if the stop loss is hit today here, that would be my 2 loss roll. So I would just close my laptop and come back for the PM session if there's nothing clean. You know, go on about my day and come back tomorrow and get that win that is higher than both of my losses here, because the last loss was 450 plus 187, 550, 600. So that'd be 637 in losses. Yesterday I took an 850 win. That would be, just rounded up, that'd be about up $200. So then let's say tomorrow I get another 800 win. So I'm up 1,000 on the week. So that's kind of how that works. So it's 2 wins and 2 losses, but somehow you're still up $1,000. Well, that's because of your risk management. So yeah, it's not about whether you're losing or winning. It's about what I just said. Man, it's nice out. Alright. Okay, so once again, bought the order block, bought the high of the daily fair value gap, as well as this inefficiency here. Why am I buying? Well, more than 3 PD arrays were broken. This post 930 open order block was broken as well, and NASDAQ already took out this 930 high. So NASDAQ would have to see support here, first of all. And that would be the Six Sister thing. So it's already taken on 930 high on NASDAQ, and ES would be catching up. It's sick. Let's go to Dow. Dow, pretty much same thing. Order block plus inefficiency. Boom. And what about time? What about time? 1050 to 1110. Macro. And once again, 187. More of a tight stop loss, but I'm just using half the leverage I used for the previous trade. That's all. George, appreciate you. Appreciate you, bro. I'll definitely be live streaming tomorrow as well. We have some news, so we might get more volatility than today. By the way, if you haven't already, you're watching. If you enjoyed this in any way or it helped you at all, I was answering a lot of questions earlier back over here. But if this is helpful in any way, just hit the like button and whatnot. Or don't. I really don't care about views and likes, but it would be helpful. I really wish I can talk more on the daily time frame as a confluence to my trade. But I mean, there's really nothing in here that I can talk about other than we created a swing high at this premium array, and then we've also found support at this discount array. So we're kind of stuck between a premium and discount array. So, and then we're obviously just in this overall consolidation. We're literally in a consolidation here within this consolidation. So, come look at NASDAQ. A little bit better consolidation, and then we're kind of just grinding higher. Found initial support right here. So I want to see NASDAQ willingly make a higher high here, and that would support ES going higher as well, obviously. So we're getting a little bit of movement here. A lot of people will probably look at this and be like, oh, well, this is look at this Mickey Mouse trade here. I'm only going for this this much of low hanging fruit because time of day, it's 11:17, and just the overall conditions we're in. I definitely don't want to be going for Hail Marys, just short-term scalps. Once again, only one contract being used. So the Six Sisters catching up here. We're getting that movement we wanted to see. So now that we've broken this high, I can now adjust my stop loss. And there's the take profit there. That would be about 6 handles, so that recoups almost all of my loss that I just took. So let's put the executions on there. So I tried to sell short here 2 contracts. I got stopped out here, right here, and then I got in tune with the current order flow and what NASDAQ was doing, bought here and covered right there. So yeah, that's a pretty good morning in my opinion. Obviously now in hindsight, I'm gonna be like, oh, I wish I would have put my take profit up here, but I'm content with enough. So yeah, pretty good win there. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, basically you can just look at this as picking meat off of a bone in consolidation markets. Just Andreas Diaz, I appreciate you. Came here from HydraStream, subbed and like, thanks for sharing and doing this. Thank you. Shout out Hydra. What account size did you start with, and how much percent do you get per month? So this is a $50,000 account, and $50,000 account, and my percent, I normally target 5%, 4 to 5% on a week. I think that's pretty reasonable. All right, I'll say 3 to 5%. 3% is good. In my opinion, if you're making 2 to 3, even just 2 to 3% per week, even just 1% per week, if you're making that, I think that's pretty good. You're doing better than most people, because most people are losing more than they're winning. So, yeah. ES dropped into a silver bullet for a very good upgrade going to 11 a.m. I think. No, that wouldn't be a silver bullet because it's at 11 o'clock, but this could be considered a silver bullet right here. It's 10:53, I guess, yeah. I don't care too much about the silver bullet because I already have my model, but it's definitely a good model for anyone else that didn't already have one. But so I'm gonna take the labels off. So yeah, I probably should have said this a minute ago, but you didn't want to be buying this right here because we already reached the 930 high, and you can see it aggressively trading off of that now. So yeah, pretty much did everything I wanted to do. We, in short, Midnight Power 3 created the low of the day right here at 330 in London. Grind higher. Anyone that was chasing price higher, like I was saying in the beginning of the stream, they all got taken out right here, here, and here. And then we trade into this order block midpoint in a discount. And from there, we reprice into this inefficiency breaker. And we take out the 930 high. And using time of day, we had the reversal happened right at this macro, and then this long I took happened right at the second macro. So that's pretty much everything that covers pretty much everything, I think. Obviously it's a oversimplification, a lot more goes into it, but yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'll be here for about 10 more minutes. I wish I was that mature at your age when I first found out about trading. I mean, it wasn't like this whenever I first started, personally. I started about 3.5 years ago, so I definitely came a long way. All it takes is time and experience, and a lot of people that worry so much that when they're new, they just lack time and experience. So, and you can't learn time and experience from a YouTube video or whatever else. So you can see now why I took my full profit up here, because I mean, look what happens once it got to my target. It completely reverses right on the dime. So yeah, nice little short-term scalp there, intraday. One back into this volume imbalance. So yeah, I wouldn't be looking for any more trades at all today. Let's see. Yeah, it's 11:30, so I never look for any trades once it hits 11:30. So here, just go ahead, put a vertical line right here. Anything past this point, you're not considering anything. And honestly, most of the times I'll even put it to 11:15. So notice how I bought right before that. And now that we've taken out 930 high, this could be a potential sell for someone else if that's your model. I already got mine for the day, so I'm not going to be selling short on that. You can see how it just bull rushes through the, or not bull rushes because it's down close candle, but you can see how it just rushes right through that discount inefficiency. So we may be coming for the 10 o'clock low now. So, see this breaker here that I outlined earlier? See how it just touches that? Alright. So, if it's your model, I'm not telling you to go short, but you can use that as an inversion, and then I'll just put the take profit right here at 10 o'clock. Let's see if we got an SMT divergence though. So, okay, Dow took out the high as well. So the averages are all agreeing. That's nice to see because lately they haven't. See the inversion level? Sorry, I can take this off now. So buy stops have been taken. This is no longer SMT because we took out this high. So now on NASDAQ, you can reasonably target the 10 o'clock low and the coupled with the London low. So this would be, yeah, previous day high. So previous high, day high engaged on NASDAQ, and then 9:30 high taken in ES. And if it weren't for the current time of day, I would say this would be a short, but I don't like that it's 11:30, so. So, watch this breaker right here, this down close candle. As well as this. So yeah, once again, I do not advise trading in the 11 o'clock hour. It's just not as high probability as if you were trading in between 9:30 to 11. So come on, guys, hit that like button. Give me the 50 likes. Come on, I deserve it. So yeah, look at the reaction off the old breaker right here. That's beautiful. So this might end this right here. Sell stops for internal sell side was taken here. Traded to a discount. Array. Just beautiful off of that London play there. Just makes the low of the day. Trades to a discount. And projection wise, yeah, it's too much stuff on the chart. That would take us up to -1 though, but order block right here, trades into that. And notice, don't mind the wicks, but notice the bodies are still respecting this inefficiency here. See that? So there's probably a lot of ICT traders that may have went short right here, and their stop loss is probably going to be taken out swiftly. It's simply just not the right time of day, and it's just not a smart thing to. It's not a high probability setup. That's all I'm saying. It looks like one. They could be deceiving, just like females. They look very beautiful and pretty, but then you get to know them and they're evil or just not how they look. Same thing with the price action. It can be very deceiving. It can look beautiful, picture perfect. Buy side was taken, huge displacement, trades back into this breaker. Oh, beautiful. And you have your target down here. Oh, well, now your stop loss is taken. Oh, well, it looked good, but it was deceiving, right? Aloha from Hawaii, bro. Great content along with Hydra. Yep. Once again, shout out Hydra. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Sean. I'm gonna ask you a question, Sean. How did you end up in Hawaii? What's the story behind you living there? Were you born there? Did you move there? And do you like it there? All right, that was the last question. I'm looking. I'm only asking those questions. I'm actually actively looking for new places to move. I live in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I just want to move to a new state. You know, new beginnings, whatnot. So notice how once it got back above this inefficiency, see how it respected it. Beautiful. Take this off. Take this volume imbalance off. So whenever I bought right here, I was buying like 5 things. I was buying the top of this daily fair value gap. I was buying this volume imbalance. I was buying this inefficiency, and I was buying. Hold on. I was buying this order block and this 5-minute inefficiency. So that's like, yeah, I was essentially buying 5 different things in the chart there. So yeah, definitely don't be taking any trades. I mean, just look at this 15-minute candle. Once you see a 15-minute candle like that, you just want to get out of the marketplace. So I think I did everything. Followed a girl. Yes, love it here. Hawaii is summertime year round. Yes, that is the main thing that would attract me to want to move somewhere like that. I hate the cold. Can't stand it. I love being outside when I'm not on the charts. But yeah, cool, man. You're definitely blessed to be living there. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't want to rush anything and make any impulsive decisions in terms of where I'm gonna move, because you know I'm only 20 years old and I don't know. I just don't want to make any impulsive decisions. I want to make calculated, educated decisions. Alright guys, four more legs and we're at 50 legs. And then I can end the live stream. I heard Puerto Rico is good for taxes. I heard that too, actually. I believe there's no tax income on any income you make, so that that's definitely pretty crazy. But the funny part about that is I actually booked tickets last night. I'm gonna be going up to Puerto Rico for about a week in an Airbnb. So that'll be fun. I might do a live stream in Puerto Rico now that I'm thinking about it. So you guys stay tuned for that. I might be doing a live stream in Puerto Rico then. Quit popping up there. What is it doing? Oh, 2 more. We're at 48. I need to get to that magic number 50. From now on, if I don't get 50 likes, I can't end the live stream. I have to keep going. So we traded into this inefficiency up here. We're respecting the top of this old inefficiency. Once again, in your trading sessions, just put a vertical line right at 11:30. Anything past that, you're not considering it at all until 1 to 1:30 p.m., which is the PM session. And even for me personally, more times than not, I'm just going to put a divider right at 11 o'clock. But obviously, I took a trade right after 11. But, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like trading as much after 11 o'clock. I like 8:30 to right up to 11. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think that'd be really fun to do. Live stream in Puerto Rico. That'd be pretty cool. I could tell you guys some stories about what I did last night, and no, I'm kidding. Alright, let's see. God damn it. We're still at 48. I can't end the live stream until I get to 50 likes. Come on, guys. I got stuff to do. Oh, I actually didn't even see this. Just bolting that up. Look what happens once we traded into current previous Friday's close and the Sunday opening of this week, which is NWOG, new week opening gap. Look what happens right when we trade into that. Boom. Okay, what did I just do? I did it again. But anyways, nice reaction off that new week opening gap. And the breaker right here, the high of that. That's beautiful. Whoa! Look at all those executions. Alright. Let me redo this. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta delete it. So once again, on a daily time frame basis, we are in a consolidation within a larger consolidation. NQ. Consolidation, and now we're just kind of slowly, like small candles, grinding up higher into that weekly volume imbalance. So the top of this right here, you'd want to see it respect that. So let me put a line there. So yeah, that right there. And what do you know? The line I just put there, see how it wicks right off of that? Very weird. Did we get it? Oh, I lost a like. Damn, dude. You guys don't want me to go on with my day here. 3 more likes, and I'm ending the stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Oh, there's 49. One more. I took my mother and sister to PA for the Mother's Day weekend. Loved it there. Great place. Yeah, it definitely is beautiful here. There's just a beautiful state. Lots of good hiking trails, cliff jumping spots. Yes, I cliff jump. Into water, of course. Yeah, lots of great spots if you like nature and whatnot. Philadelphia, there's a good amount of stuff to do there as well. Love Philadelphia. Pittsburgh, I don't know too much about Pittsburgh. I've never been there, but yeah, PA is definitely a great place. I've just lived here for 20 years of my life, which is my entire life. And I want to move somewhere new. I need something different. So right now, I think price is gonna go up into this old new week opening gap right here. So I'm gonna end the stream with an eyeball right here. So just look for that. I wouldn't trade anything until like 1 to 1:30 today, if at all, because there may not be a clean PM session. But yeah. All right, we made it to 50. All right, cool. Russell, you said it says 50 on your end. Yeah, okay. We made it. All right, I hope you guys found this insightful. I'll put the executions back up. Basically, we took a loss with the sale here, and then I got in sync with price action, used the six sister approach. NASDAQ was already pumping higher and took out the 930 high. I found my setup, bought one here, and covered at the 930 high. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one, learned anything, whatever. Let me check the economic calendar. So tomorrow, Thursday. Alright, so 8:30. So I'll be live streaming around 8:20 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yeah. See you guys then.